Greetings everyone and welcome once again to another edition of Connecting Point, your one-stop shop for all things Christian concerts, events, news, all here for the state of Wisconsin. I'm John Kurozawa. Thank you very much to our supporters of this, who we wouldn't be able to do this without. The Christian Courier newspaper, America's longest running Christian newspaper. Probacall's Christian Literature Center on 97th and Greenfield in West Dallas, and we're going to have some news about them coming up in just a couple of minutes. And Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt with 4 great locations around the state of Wisconsin in Plover, De Pere, Brookfield, and Whitefish Bay. All right, we talked about it in the last episode, the last edition of this. We announced the Newsboys concert. They're coming to River Glen Church in Waukesha coming up in October, and those tickets are now on sale on iTickets.com. And the very cool thing is they have a VIP package that you can purchase. This is above and beyond your regular tickets. It's an additional cost, but what you get is early entrance into the facility. You get a VIP laminate, VIP poster, a copy of the Newsboys' new Restart CD, which doesn't hit shelves until mid-September. You'll also get a VIP meet and greet with both Newsboys and For King and Country, and a photo op with both of the artists. Excuse me. So go to iTickets.com. You can order that there. You do have to purchase a ticket separately from the VIP package, and there's only a limited amount of those, so you don't want to wait for that. Those tickets now available on iTickets.com. A couple of other events to talk about here. I mentioned Cup of Joy in Green Bay on the last episode. They constantly have some great shows up there, and they've got a really cool one coming up very soon. Hawk Nelson on Saturday, July 20th. That is up at Cup of Joy. You could go to cupojoy.com, or you could call 920-435-3269. And on the next edition of Connecting Point, we'll have some information about a very cool show featuring Bebo Norman, who is actually on his retirement tour. He's calling it quits from touring and recording at the end of 2013, and he's going to be doing a special benefit show at Cup of Joy coming up in Green Bay. We'll have details on that. Don't forget that there's still some great shows going on in July. P.O.D. and Flyleaf at the Brat Stop. That's coming up Saturday, July 13th, 8 p.m. For tickets for that, 262-857-2011. Carrie Job, August 25th at Journey Church in Kenosha. They're doing a great job getting things set up for that. Some expansion going on at that church. That is August 25th at 7 p.m. Just do a search for Journey Church in Kenosha. Don't forget about Tim Hawkins, November 8th, 7:30 p.m. at Elmbrook Church. Tickets are on sale right now online at timhawkins.net. You can get tickets there. Tickets for the Chris Tomlin Show at the Milwaukee Theater on sale for the Friday, October 26th show. Of course, we've got Life Fest going on this weekend, the big festival we've all been waiting for in the state of Wisconsin. Third day, Audio Adrenaline, Newsboys, Toby Mac, and many, many more. You can get gate tickets. The advance tickets aren't available anymore. Campsites are gone, but you can still pick up tickets at the gate. Going up for the day, going up for the weekend. The weather looks like it's going to be fantastic. Don't miss out on that. And speaking about Life Fest, at the end of this web show, I'm going to have some information on something huge we've got coming up. If everything falls together, everything seems to be going in place right now. Excuse me, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, one of the things I want to talk about as we're moving forward with this web show, and as we get started with the podcast, which hopefully will be launching next week. That would be the week of July 15th. Still working out some logistics with that. One of the things we're going to be talking more about, though, is CD releases, book reviews, movie reviews, things like that. I do have a couple of books I want to talk about real quick. One of them is one that I'm very passionate about because this guy's a friend, Matthew West. For those of you that know, his last 2 albums, Into the Light and The Story of Your Life, were based off of stories that he basically solicited from the general public, and he wrote songs, 2 full CDs of it. Don't know if he's working on a 3rd right now or not. Excuse me. But he has come out with a book now based off his single Forgiveness off the Into the Light album. Matthew chose 50 powerful testimonies. They ranged anywhere from sharing forgiveness through divorce, betrayal, addiction, abandonment, death, and more. This, from what I've seen early on, I haven't seen an advanced copy, but just from the early reads I've seen online, it is going to be a phenomenal book. You want to pick this one up. It's going to be available coming up on July 23rd at all your regular Christian outlets. Tommy Nelson Publishing coming out with this one. July 23rd, that's Matthew West's brand new book, Forgiveness. Now, one I'm going to be doing a review on, hopefully in the second, maybe third podcast. I'm about halfway through the book right now. For those of you that have known me for a while, you know I'm a professional wrestling fan. Have been since I was a kid, so going back to the old AWA and NWA days, USWA, WCCW, all that fun stuff. But one of the guys that was big in the mid to late 80s and through the 90s was Lex Luger. And he's a guy that unfortunately really fell off the map, ran into some personal problems, a lot of demons. Thankfully, he had some good friends, primarily Steve Borden, a man named Sting, that came to him in his worst times, and helped him out. But he has a book that is coming out. It's coming out August 13th. It's called Wrestling with the Devil, the true story of a world champion, Lex Luger. Lex Luger, he's going to reveal never-before-told stories from his career, his struggles with personal demons, and how through unexpected grace and redemption, he overcame the odds to fight the only battle that really matters, the battle of his life. And he's got the best person, the best one in his corner ever, Jesus Christ. And I've got a pre-release advanced copy of the book I'm reading through right now. It is a great read. It's not too heavy. It hits the stories where it needs to, but it's not one of those 700-page masterpieces, long, drawn-out book. It cuts right to the chase. It's in Lex Luger's very words, his own words, talking about everything, his humble beginnings, his rise to fame, a tragedy that almost took his life, early on in his career. Changed him in a couple of different ways. Obviously, the story of his girlfriend, Miss Elizabeth, who died of a drug overdose at his apartment, and just so many things and how he's been able to turn his life around. This is going to be a great read for you folks. I encourage you to pick this one up. That one is coming out August 13th. So we're going to be talking more about books, obviously CDs coming out, the new Newsboys CD coming out in mid-September, a lot of other ones coming up in the next couple of months. Speaking of Newsboys, I've been teasing this a little bit the last couple of episodes. I'm supposed to be venturing off to Life Fest to sit down and talk with Michael Tate and Duncan Phillips, get their thoughts on the upcoming tour, talk about the new album, and whatever else the guys want to share. Hopefully, if everything works out well, have that up online, both video and podcast next week. So we'll have that available. And don't forget, those tickets are on sale right now. Also working on a couple of other things in the process. Obviously, some great artists coming up here around the Wisconsin area in the next few months. Fall is going to be huge for this area for Christian music. Obviously, we've already got Newsboys. We've got Chris Tomlin, Carrie Job coming, Tim Hawkins comedy. And I can guarantee you, folks, I know for a fact sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks we'll be making more announcements right here on Connecting Point about some great shows coming up. I can't say anything yet. I'm contractually obligated not to announce anything yet, but folks, you will not be disappointed. Some fantastic shows, and I'm sure there's even more that I don't even know about right now. That's one thing. If you know of a Christian event, if it's a festival, if it's a concert, comedy show, something that's coming up, if you have something that you want to promote on this web show and on the podcast when we get it going, no charge. This is your opportunity to do it for free, folks. Best thing to do, wait until the end of this web show. We'll have my Facebook page and my Twitter account. That's the best way to reach out to me, folks. I am here for you. We're here for you at Connecting Point to be able to provide a great resource for Christian music events, church groups, organizations, things like that to promote yourselves, because honestly, I know here in Metro Milwaukee, we don't have local Christian radio. We do not have a local Christian music radio station here in town. Yes, we have K-Love, and no offense to my friend Ryan Salzer over at Joy 1340, great local station, but I'm talking, what you have up in the Fox Valley and up in the Stevens Point and Wausau area with Family Radio and Life 102.5 in Madison, and as you go down to Chicago, stations like that down there. We don't have a resource like that here in the Metro Milwaukee area and a lot of other places around the state of Wisconsin, so that's what we are here for. I do have to mention one thing. If I let this slip by, I'm going to get yelled at, well, actually by myself. Coming up on July 18th from 11 to 2, our good partners at Protocols Christian Literature Center. They have been heavily affected, as many businesses and residents around the city of West Dallas have been, with the Greenfield Avenue Bridge over 894-45 that's been out for the last couple of months. That bridge is scheduled to open sometime later this month, and they want to do a special thank you. They're calling it the Hallelujah Celebration, because hallelujah, that bridge is finally open. Coming up on July 18th from 11 to 2, it's going to be free food offered by Feed My Sheep, a great ministry. They're going to have it in the parking lot. There's going to be hot dogs, brats, hamburgers, water, chips. It's just an opportunity to say thank you to the hardworking men and women that have been doing things for the DOT of that bridge. A great way for the community to get together and welcome that bridge being back open. And Protocols Christian Literature Center, they're one of those institutions here in the Milwaukee area that they've been around for a long time. Same thing with the Christian Courier newspaper. What John Fisco and his board of directors and everybody have done with that, it has been a labor of love and a great ministry for them. And this would be a great way for you to show support for a local Christian bookseller and a local Christian newspaper. Show up there, say thank you to the hardworking people, the construction people that have put that bridge together, get together with the community. You can check them out. Best way to find out more details on this, you can either call Protocols Christian Literature Center or look at their Facebook page. We'll have that linked up right here for you. You can check out Protocols Christian Literature Center on Facebook, but that is coming up on July 18th from 11 to 2. All right, that's all the time we've got for right now. Thank you very much. Went a little long-winded with this one. I apologize. A lot of things to talk about. Another edition coming up right after Life Fest. Hopefully we'll have that interview with the boys from Newsboys, Michael Tate, Duncan Phillips. Hopefully have some more great concert announcements coming up. And if you want to reach out, best way to do it, working on the Connecting Point website and Facebook page. But right now, go through my personal items. You can like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, and make sure you say a special thanks to the supporting businesses of Connecting Point. That would be Protocols Christian Literature Center on 97th and Greenfield in West Dallas. The Christian Courier newspaper, America's longest-running Christian newspaper, based right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And, of course, William Henderson and Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt, his 4 great locations here in Wisconsin, in De Pere, Plover, Brookfield, and Whitefish Bay. I'm John Kurozawa for Connecting Point. Until next time, wait for the podcast. It's coming soon, folks. Have a great day, and God bless.